Where do you live?
Glencoe.
Glencoe?
Yes.
What does the water taste like?
Good.
How long have you been coming here?
About 3-4 years.
Really?
My uncle introduced me to it, so it's a good place.
I use most for cooking and drinking.
Where do you live?
I live in Minnetonka.
So, and it just comes out of the faucet this way. It's just unbelievable. The water is still as good as it's always been. We had it sent in and tested, and it tested out just as good as our home drinking water. It's fun too because you meet so many people at the well. It's almost biblical in a way, you know. If this were to be destroyed, it would be just unforgivable.
Yeah.
Doug Schmidt, my son Alex, and I walked Riley Creek from Eden Prairie Road to the spring on Sunday, June 20th. The air temperature was 76 degrees. A half-inch or less of rain had fallen the night before. We looked for springs and pools where trout could live. We also took water temperatures. The very first spring we found was less than 10 yards east of Eden Prairie Road. The spring's temperature measured 53 degrees. A few hundred feet away, the creek temperature was 67 degrees, a drop from 71 degrees near Eden Prairie Road.
You got some over on that side.
Where?
In there. See those white things at the bottom?
Yeah.
I think those are like trout eggs.
Summit Oaks is the appealing and compact first phase of Hennepin Village. This recently minted neighborhood overlooks the Riley Creek Valley. If approved, Prospect Road would be extended from here to the proposed Oak Creek development through the steep valley, over Riley Creek, and back up to Eden Prairie Road through the old Cedar Hills Golf Course, seen here. Rainwater runoff ponds would also be constructed near the crossing.
Okay, we're next to the approximately the fourth spring that we found here. The water temperature is approximately 53 degrees, and it's right in the area where they proposed to put the road through. And this is a very nice, pristine area. We'd like to see it stay that way.
Well, Alex thinks he saw some trout eggs, but we're really not sure if they are in fact trout eggs. But we have seen 4 or 5 springs. Well, walking through the creek is not easy, but it sure is a lot of fun. And we've come across a lot of deadfalls, a lot of little, which we hope are trout holes, but maybe not. We don't know. We'll see.
Some of the pools we encountered ranged in depth from 16 to 24 inches. One was nearly 30 inches deep. Brown trout can thrive in a foot of water. Our last temperature reading of the creek was taken just above Frederick Miller Spring. It was 66 degrees. That's within the temp range for brook and brown trout.
About 50.5 degrees.
From Eden Prairie Road to the Minnesota River, Riley Creek is a healthy and happy stream. We cannot accept pronouncements that it and Miller Spring will die because of future development. Upper segments of the creek, however, look like they have already died. I spot-checked the creek between Eden Prairie Road and Lake Riley on July 8th and 9th. I found and videotaped evidence that our city and some developers and residents, in their neglect, have violated environmental law and local ordinances. They have reduced the stream to an open stormwater sewer. Not long ago, this bank collapsed into the creek. Behind it, a runoff pond.
And this is the silt fence that is not working. This is the woods at Riley Creek. Not much woods up there.
As a result of these neglects, as well as ineffective runoff treatment systems, when this part of the creek does flow, the water is erosive, silty, and polluted. But the lower creek is still healthy and can flush itself with clean underground waters.
Oh, I come from Shakopee to come to the well, and I've been coming here for many, many years. I've lived in the area for over 30 years, and it's tasteless, fresh water. I mean, it's just, it tastes fresh and, has no aftertaste, and it's cold and pure and clear, and I just think it would be a real tragedy to this community to lose this spring. It's historical. The wonderful sign that they put up here, the Frederick Miller Spring, it would be losing a piece of history for this community.